They're beautiful people today, aren't they? You collect all the beautiful people. I'm so glad to know them. Thank you, Jane. It must be your attraction. You're like a magnet.
Thank you so much, Supreme Master. And now we have Scott Badenoch, Chief Executive Officer of Creative Citizen.
Thank you. It's obviously been an extremely informative day. It's ironic that we're here in Hollywood, the land of dramatic plot lines, where we happen to have the most dramatic plot line in the history of humankind. It's quite a fascinating time to be alive, and climate change in reality is the most critical issue in the history of our species. And we are going to either evolve or we're going to go the way of the dinosaur. Now, I'd rather this be in movies than in real life as well, but the fact of the matter is, and if you look at all the scientific data from the top to the bottom, this is not a 50 to 100 year horizon of a problem, this is 3 to 5 years. So the time to act is right now, and the time for a massive holistic change is right now. So what I like to say is that every single facet of our society will be rethought through the lens of sustainability. So this is not just about being a vegetarian or a vegan. This is about rethinking every single thing that we do in our daily lives, in our businesses, at home, at our offices, in every single facet of our lives. And if we do not do that, we will not solve this problem. Now, while we also have the biggest problem in the history of mankind, we also have the greatest tool in the history of mankind, which is the internet. So this tool, which brings together the ability to collaborate, mobilize, and disseminate, is really going to be the savior, or can be the savior, for our human species. It's in reality the greatest asset of this period of transition that we have, where working together is now easier than ever before. So the thesis statement is that we must transition our society from one that is at odds with nature to one that is in accord with it. And fortunately, if there is a method to do that, that is through grassroots methodologies, which we've all forged for decades, and now we have a mechanism to really do it. So you look at the successes that have happened in the space. For instance, Wikipedia. Wikipedia now reaches 683 million visitors annually, twice the United States. They have over 10 million articles in 253 languages. And this all took place in 7 years. This is unprecedented in the history of humankind. This is real serious stuff. It's also been proven to be more accurate than the static encyclopedias like Encarta and Encyclopedia Britannica, because it can be updated live time. So dinosaurs are going by the wayside. Now we look at things like Facebook and MySpace, and a lot of times they're scoffed at as toys or kids things, but the ability to mobilize and unify the human species through mechanisms like those is really incredible. You look at Facebook, it has over 80 million users in the space of 4 years. 80 million people in 4 years. This is not small stuff. Then you look at MySpace, they have over 150 million users in 5 years. They have 200,000 new users every day. 200,000 new users every day. This is massive. You look at YouTube, they have over 100 million videos, giving the ability to disseminate information and ideas, whole new levels of success. So tapping into those models was the creation of CreativeCitizen.com, and I like to call it the wiki for green living. So what we've seen is this drastic increase in awareness amongst the public that there is a massive problem called climate change, resource depletion, whatever you want to call it. We have, as a species, outstripped the supply on this planet. So what do we do? Well, there's lots of things we can do. So Our mission as CreativeCitizen.com is to provide the community at large with the tools to disseminate immediately actionable and tangible creative solutions for more environmentally friendly life. Now, creative solutions are anything from products and services to habits that cost you nothing. So what we do is we show you the tangible benefits of these things, from turning the water off while you brush your teeth to installing solar panels and everything in between. Again, every single facet of your life can be rethought with a creative solution. So what we do is then also help you track in terms of 5 categories: waste, water, energy, emissions, and money, the real savings that result from these things, so that this whole green thing is not so innocuous to people. It starts making real sense. When you find out that turning the water off while you brush your teeth, which couldn't be any simpler, it takes that, saves 3,000 gallons a year per person. That is not a small amount. You extrapolate that times 4 people in a family, you got 12,000 gallons of water. This is for real stuff. Now, if you do 20, 30, 50 things like this that cost you nothing, and you end up saving massive amounts that take multiple cars off the road, more cars than you actually use in your daily life, and end up saving you $500, $1,000, $5,000 a year from the resources you would have been wasted, now we're starting to reach demographics. So what's been missing in this market is that there hasn't been a way for people to reach digestible actions that they can do right now. That is what CreativeCitizen.com was created to do. Now, to get back to going vegetarian, the reality is if you are only to do one thing in your daily life to become more environmentally friendly, that is to be a vegetarian or vegan, really a vegan.
People have to open their heart to be compassionate to all beings, meaning forsake meat eating and returning to the noble way of life, the vegetarian diet.
We thank you for your compassionate presence for the rebroadcast of the live Climate Change International Conference on today's Words of Wisdom. Join us again on Wednesday for Part 8. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more uplifting and constructive programs 24 hours a day, every day of the week. With heaven's blessings, may all beings on our beautiful planet coexist in peace, love, and happiness.